So I'm out on Thanksgiving right now. Really ain't too much going on or whatnot. Oh, you got the Chevelle out. So my sister called me, man. I was on the phone with her where we was just texting. And she was asking, you know, just talking about family and stuff, you know. Which was cool. It was good to hear from her. My sister stayed down in Houston, Texas. So she's been down there for about 2 years. Matter of fact, I got a video from when I went down there. I helped move her down there. If y'all go back into my video, I think it was like a year or so ago. I drove her car down there from Ohio. That was like that's like one of the longest rides I ever took in my life. When I say that was a long ride, I mean that was a long ride. I want to say it was like 19 and a half hours. That's just 19 and a half hours. That's just on the strength of just like not stopping and getting gas. That's just like on the GPS side. So I know it took definitely longer than that, but I drove all the way back without stopping. On the way there, I did stop and go to sleep on the other side of, like, between Nashville and Memphis, somewhere like that. Man, so sometimes I ride through like these areas where I used to either live at, or I used to hang at, or I used to hustle at, man. This is one of them though. Like, this is one of the areas where I used to live at. I didn't do a whole bunch of hustling up here because I lived up here. So this really wasn't my hustle area. You know, I had some homeboys that used to hustle down here. It was like a big weed spot though. Like, most of the action that was going on up here was basically weed selling. I mean, you know, back in the day, like before my time, it was real bad, like during the crack epidemic and stuff like that. But like when I was up here, most of the people was up here selling weed. I just happened to live here. I lived up here with Talia's mom. We stayed in this apartment building right here, 630. I actually caught my first case in this building. I think I told the story already, but anyway, I caught my first case up here. I didn't go to prison off of that. I ended up getting probation. I went to prison on a probation violation from that case. I caught a case on top of that case. Like, while I was on papers, I went on the run and got caught with some work. But this is what we call HP or Highland Park. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just ride through here, and with it being Thanksgiving, man, I just felt like, you know, let me kind of just ride for a minute. I want to clear my head. So much going on. My sister called me concerned, you know what I mean, because she know about, you know, me and mom, you know, whatever. So she, you know, cause like I told y'all in the last video yesterday, you know, I'm gonna get that together. I'm gonna straighten it out, and that's why I was telling her in time that situation is definitely gonna work its way out. But just a lot of memories of being up here, man. They used to have security up here, so like, even though my daughter's mom stayed up here, they had security up here that was like, if you didn't live up here, you wasn't supposed to be up here. So they knew who I was, knew what kind of car I drove and stuff like that. It was hectic, man. I went through a lot of different changes in my life. Like, I went from periods where I was having it to periods when I wasn't having it. You know what I mean? And it was real bad, especially when I went on the run from my probation officer. Like, my money was all the way messed up. I mean, I was on my back pockets. I was down bad. I even got in a shootout up here with somebody that I was supposed to be cool with. Like, and I'm saying that because the street that it happened on is like right in front of me. But at the end of the day, man, like, with it being Thanksgiving, and I know a lot of people like don't like to celebrate Thanksgiving because they look at it as a day like where something was done to like the people who was native to this country, right? And I get that, but my reason for celebrating Thanksgiving and what it means to me is something totally different. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just thankful for one, that I still got my life and my freedom. That's one thing I'm more thankful for than anything, that I got a chance to make things right and make things different, right? But at the same time, I'm thankful because of where I came from. Like, I wasn't born in these conditions, like, but coming up as a young kid, you know, moving out on my own, starting to have kids and being in relationships with different females and stuff, you know, and taking different paths in my life and stuff, this is where I ended up being at. And I mean, it really don't look too much different than it did when I was up here, you know what I mean, when I was living in it. Now, you know, I had some good times up here too. Had a lot of good times. I mean, got some real messed up memories, you know, being put down in the middle of a rainstorm, man, being put face down on the ground by police officers for something I didn't even have nothing to do with. You know, I just happened to be going in this building that's on this side of us, and the police, you know, threw me down on the ground in front of this building. I parked my car over here in the parking lot. About right here, about right where I'm about to park at now. You know, I had a 84, 85 Monte Carlo. I can't remember what year this car was to save my life. I just bought it from my brother-in-law though. So I parked here. I was probably about 19 years old. I was with this little bust down, and she got out the car. We got out the car, and we was walking in this building. And as we walking in this building, I mean, I knew the dudes who came around the corner running, but as we walking in this building right here, a few individuals who I did know ended up running around this corner. And as they come around the corner, we go into the building. The police come around like, "Hey, everybody freeze." I'm walking in. He like, "Hey, you too." I'm like, "Hey, I ain't with them. I'm with her." He like, "Nah, get your A on the ground too." So, you know, I come out here, you know, he put his face down on the ground. This is a black cop too, man. The crazy part about it, this is a black cop. Put me down face down on the ground. I had on a new fit and everything. At the time, I'm like in the middle of like hustling, so I'm fresh as often as possible. You know what I mean? Because all of the boys I ran with, we stayed fresh. We kept on new outfits almost every day. So, put me down on the ground, man. I had some work on me too. That's the crazy part about it. I don't know how much work I had on me, but one of the dudes ended up getting up and trying to run. And when he ran, I ended up tucking the work in my nuts. So, you know, cause I'm like, they're gonna pat me down eventually. Let me tuck this work in my nuts. And dude get up, he tried to run. They end up dog walking him. I mean, when I say they beat him down, they beat him down. Me and him was in the back of the car together. I told him, I said, "Man, that's wrong what they did to you." I'm like, "Man, if you need me to like testify or, you know what I mean, whatever you're gonna do, let me know." Like, dog walking. Look at this right here though. My caught on fire or something. Anyway though, man, they took me downtown and they searched us. They didn't find nothing on me. You know what I mean? They didn't find it on me. But you know, that was a crazy night, man. My keys was in my car. I don't know how I ended up leaving my keys in the car. My cousin and my homeboy 1-8 came out there and they came and got me. And cause they let me go. They came in. When I walked outside, they was like parked down the street in my car, which was crazy. We came back up here and kicked it anyway, man. I got a lot of memories in it. I got a lot of memories in this neighborhood, man. This is the same neighborhood that I walked through the one day. This is just another section of the projects. Like, this is just another like complex. This entire side of town is like highway and projects right now. You know, it is what it is though, man. But yeah, I just, you know, I'm thankful for the situation and position that I'm in today, man, because y'all really wouldn't, and my story is light compared to some of the people I grew up with. I mean, and we come from, this is a small city. this ain't a big, like, this ain't Chicago, this ain't New York, this ain't LA, this ain't even Cleveland or Columbus, man. This is a small city. But you know, the people here done been through a lot. You know what I mean? Back then, like, I don't know what's going on too much now because I'm older. I'm off the streets. I mean, I'll be seeing, you know, what people be talking about online or like in the news and stuff like that. But I know what we went through when I was coming up, man. And I got some war stories, but it's some people that I grew up with that went through 10, 20 times more than what I did, man, on some real spill. Like, keep it all the way a stack with you. There's families out everywhere. The weather ain't bad though, so it's people outside right now over here on this side of town, man. Alright, so Chef Boy Rob, man, I made my own turkey today. Hopefully I did it right now and get sick. Like I said, I'm a meal prep with most of this turkey though, so I really ain't tripping about it, but it looked pretty decent, man. You know, I done made a turkey before. This ain't the first time I done tried to make a turkey or whatever, so everything is good. Let me turn this down before we get some copyright going. I got the news on, but yeah, so that ain't my first time making a turkey. It came out pretty decent. I'm about to cut me a piece and try that junk real quick. Alright, so I got me a piece of that turkey, man. I'm gonna try it real quick, huh? It ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. I could have took it out while I was out riding around because I turned the oven off and I left it in there. I really should have took it out, but it ain't bad at all, man. You know, hope everybody having a wonderful holiday, enjoying themselves, enjoying their family or whatever. I'm gonna see what's going on with my daughter. I already checked on Chase and them, and I'm gonna just relax, watch a little football, man, and eat a little turkey. Talia's supposed to be bringing me a plate by, you know, so hopefully that end up coming. Well, she didn't say she was bringing. I just said tell your mom to send a plate. We're gonna see if it get here. But man, yeah, y'all already know I'm gonna keep dropping y'all this consistent content every day, man, all day. Y'all already know what it is, man. CMR family. We have more vlogs coming. I'm gonna probably end up doing a live stream on this channel. I ain't for sure, but don't hold me to that. But anyway, I'll be back with more content, man, more videos, man. Keep tapping in. I'm glad y'all staying tuned or in tune with it, man. Like I said, I see the same people in the chat comments, so that let me know that I'm doing something right, because y'all keep coming back. So tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend to come over here and rock out with us, CMR family.